I try to take shorter showers to save water.
I use the water from my shower when it's cold and I collect it in a bucket, and then I use that water to water my plants and to wash dishes and to flush my toilet.
I collect rainwater in rainwater barrels.
There's been a water shortage in California for the past few years. Southern California, the area with the least amount of available water, has the most amount of people. Here on the map, you can see where the red and orange areas are. These areas have very low levels of rainfall, but lots of people. Because of this, they have to bring water in from other states and parts of California through big pipes and tunnels. Now that all of California is in a drought, we really need to save water so that we don't run out. A lake that used to look like this now looks like this.
I eat organic food that's grown locally.
Sadly, most food for sale in supermarkets comes from hundreds or thousands of miles away, and it is not grown in the places where it's eaten. Transporting this food across continents and oceans causes a lot of pollution. Also, forests and natural habitats are being converted into farms across the world, hurting the land by making it less fertile and removing important crops and forests from the world. Big farms use harmful pesticides and harvesting techniques that are bad for the soil, the people, and the environment. This is a big problem, and yet most people continue to get non-local food that is grown in unsustainable ways. Eating locally grown, organic food is something we should all be doing, and keeping a garden of your own is a great way to do this, but people have become used to getting their food immediately and without work.
I use a water bottle that's not made out of plastic, so I can keep reusing it every day.
I pick up trash and do beach cleanups.
I pick up the litter that I see on the ground.
The beaches and rivers in California may seem clean, but trash in our environment is actually a big problem. Even though we've gotten better at picking up trash, using more sustainable materials, and reducing littering, it's taking a long time. Americans have come to consume so much, and most of what we buy and use is unnecessary. The problem of overconsumption has created what we call consumer culture, and is a main reason for the large amount of waste we create. Our trash is extremely harmful to the environment and the animals that inhabit it, like this sea turtle and this bird. Now, finally, after hundreds of years of massive, unsustainable waste, Americans are starting to realize that there is a problem. Also, while we may pick up enough trash to make our beaches and streets look clean, there are landfills overflowing with our waste that are beginning to outgrow the space we have for them. It's important to realize that as a country we have had much more time than many other countries to develop our consumer culture and to try to manage it better.
My family doesn't really heat our house that much in the winter.
I bike places to save energy.
Unfortunately, people in America and many other countries rely heavily on cars, heat and air conditioning, and other energy-using machines and appliances that pollute the environment. Since the early 1900s, so many people have become car drivers instead of using public transportation, walking, or biking that our streets and highways are packed tightly with cars, all sending harmful emissions into the environment around us. Most Americans use washers and dryers, heat their houses, and drive nearly every day. We are finally realizing that we need to reduce our energy use greatly, so things like biking to work, hang drying clothes, and cutting back on heating and air conditioning our homes have become more popular. These are great energy-saving techniques, and everyone should be doing these more and more. But there is still a lot to fix to help lessen America's energy crisis.